All right, thank you very much. Welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen, to the preview show. Time once again to indeed talk about the biggest tie meant for this weekend. It's Liverpool against Chelsea. Ladies and gentlemen, Anfield will be on fire. Two teams, indeed, who have a scores to settle between themselves. Two teams who are really so good. Two teams who have passionate fans. Two teams will lock arms together right here, of course, at Anfield. Yinka Oyedele is my name. Welcoming you once again to the show, the preview show, as we look at the build-up to this titanic battle that will go down right at Anfield. Liverpool against Chelsea. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Let's lock things down once again right on the show.
We know very well that on Saturday we are going to play another tough game, a big game against Liverpool. I must be honest, I'm a bit surprised because in this season, this is the second time that happened this situation. The first time it was the same against Manchester City when we played on Wednesday against Atletico Madrid at the away, and we came back to London at 5 o'clock, and then we played on Saturday against Manchester City, who played the day before against Karabakh. A long travel, a long trip, and it will be very difficult for us to recover, to rest. I think that who prepare the fixtures for the league must pay great attention, because otherwise it's very difficult to answer when you ask me your team is ready to catch up Manchester City if they put us in this type of situation. And I repeat, for me, I don't like to find excuses or to find a alibi, but this is the reality. And sometimes I think that it's right to give respect for our job.
All right, no doubt, I can understand Antonio Conte making such complaints, but then as far as I'm concerned, it's a trivial complaint. It's also little a complaint I wouldn't want to give any credence. Well, games have been fixed in the Premier League. Champions League fixtures have also been earmarked. Antonio Conte coming up with such flimsy excuses about how Chelsea played at Karabakh, a much longer distance compared to how Liverpool played against Sevilla. I really don't want to give any credence to that kind of talk. As far as I'm concerned, it's nothing but then just a mere complaint and excuses, flimsy from the man Antonio Conte. Well, Liverpool last time out collapsed big time against Sevilla right there in the UEFA Champions League, and that brings to the fore once again Liverpool's defensive frailties. They concede goals with reckless abandon this season. They've shipped in a couple of goals in the Premier League, and the last time out in the UEFA Champions League conceding 3 goals against Sevilla. They can score, yes, but then when it comes to defensive options, Liverpool really come and fall short in that particular department as far as the game is concerned. How will that defense really deal with Chelsea's attacking threat remains to be seen. One thing again you really want to put into the equation right here, Liverpool were widely expected to have sorted out their Champions League round of 16 qualifications out of the way before this particular tie. So Liverpool will be going to the game against Chelsea with a ghost of the Sevilla game. They need to ensure they banish that ghost, ensure they focus right on Chelsea, and of course get the job done. Anything coming from the Sevilla games affecting Liverpool's morale or psyche going into this game could be eventually counterproductive. How Liverpool quickly get themselves out of that game that went away. They did not lose the game. They ended in a draw, but then it's actually a game, a point pick that seems like a defeat. How Liverpool will get themselves out of that impasse remains to be seen, and the earlier the better for them as far as the game against Chelsea is concerned. Chelsea, in the other ends, winning 4-0 last time against West Bromwich Albion, winning 4-0 against Karabakh, will fancy their chance of scoring goals, avalanche of that against Liverpool going into this particular tie. However, Liverpool, like I did say, they are a decent side when it comes to scoring. The only problem they have is defensive setup, and of course, they're really shipping goals, which indeed would be further put to test when they play against Chelsea this coming weekend.
And don't forget, last season we struggled a lot against West Bromwich in both games. We won 1-0 in both games, but we struggled a lot. I think this season, we started this season with many problems, but we are trying slowly to find the right solution, and Yeah, I repeat, I'm very happy, especially for the performance, for the commitment, for the commitment of my players.
Well, no doubt, Antonio Conte, last season, it was a blast. He started the season like a house on fire, 13 Premier League wins on the bounce, very effective. Eventually, that gave them and handed them the Premier League trophy because they were able to establish a big enough gap over every other team as far as the English Premier League is concerned. Well, this season, they've not been able to, replicate such form like last season. But then recently, they've been able to pick up interesting and impressive wins. 4 straight wins on the bounce. And right after that game against West Bromwich Albion, the coach of Chelsea, Antonio Conte, made it clear he wants his side to simply try to replicate what they did last season, meaning he wants to see Chelsea extend their unbeaten run, extend the winning streak, possibly match up with 13 victories or possibly surpass that. Would they be able to do that? The game against Liverpool will further test their ability to actually do such as far as this season is concerned. Whether or not they can do it, we'll get to find out with this particular game. However, for Chelsea, going into the tie against Liverpool, their credential for the Premier League title will be tested. Whether or not they will successfully defend it will, of course, hinge largely on games like this as they prepare to face Liverpool in this particular tie. If you ask me, this particular run, can they do it? Chelsea, no. They will not be able to match up with 13 winning streak like they did last season. Even Manchester City still need a couple of games to match up with that in the Premier League. So it's going to be interesting how Liverpool, of course, will test Chelsea's ability, how Chelsea will be able to repeat and, of course, do what they did last season with this run. They are currently 4 games on the bounce winning. They need more games to do that. 9 more. Can they do that? Indeed, we'll get to find out when these guys meet in this particular tie. All right, one thing you have to put into consideration still remains Liverpool's impeccable and incredible home form this season. Well, they've not won all the matches played at Anfield, 4 wins and 2 draws. But then, one thing going for Liverpool is the fact that they've only conceded 1 goal at home this season. Now, you just can't jettison that. You can't throw that overboard. You need to put that into the equation. We're talking Liverpool against Chelsea. They're playing at home. Chelsea have something going for them. An incredible record away. They've won all 6 matches. And now that puts us into one thing. 2 teams with something at stake record-wise, 2 teams with something at stake pride-wise, 2 teams with something at stake rival-wise will be locking arms. For me, I think Liverpool have something to protect here. They need to respond and need to make a statement that, yes, the incredible record they have at home so far this season is really no fluke. Will they be able to actually make it count? Will that record stand the test of time against Chelsea when they get to meet? 1 goal considered in 6 matches at home this season? Fair one, you can rightly say as far as Liverpool is concerned, but then how will that history, how will that record fare when they actually play against a Chelsea side? They've also won 6 matches on the bounce, on the road, away this season. That's to tell you that we have something interesting to look out for and watch out for as far as this tie between these 2 teams are concerned. I think strongly Liverpool will be good enough a team with an Anfield crowd. Yes, it's always an electrifying, a magnetic atmosphere when they play right in front of their fans, and they will draw inspiration and strength to do something as far as this particular game is concerned. All right, it's been an interesting time once again, breaking things down and discussing what to expect as far as this game is concerned right on the previous show. Whether or not things will turn out remains and, of course, rest on the shoulders of the players who are the key actors as far as this game is concerned. Well, for the week, we keep our fingers crossed whether it will work out that way. But then I know one thing for sure, the fans out there also have their respective expectations and permutations as far as the outcome of this game is concerned, whether it will be Liverpool carrying the day or Chelsea carrying the day or maybe a full-time draw in this encounter if we keep our fingers crossed as far as this particular tie is concerned. Yinka Idele is the name once again, Yinka Sports, saying do have a fun time out there. I'm out here. Bye for now.